Hello there, Seraphim17 once again, introducing you to my Modern Warfare 3 Veteran Difficulty video walkthrough. This is back on the grid, and we're back with Soap and Price, and we're going to be doing some stealth and some sniping. So if you enjoyed those missions from the previous Modern Warfares, then this one's going to be right up your alley, and when shit does kick off, this one is nowhere near as difficult as, some of the sequences have been. Especially the ghillies in the mist when you had to run through Russia getting chased. This is nowhere near as hard as that, so you don't have to worry too much about the difficulty. There are one or two bullshit moments, but those aside, it's a pretty fun mission. So for this first section, all you want to do is listen to what Soap and Price say. It's pretty much Price on this first area, and follow it explicitly. If you deviate from his instructions even once, you'll set off an alarm, and it's probably best to restart your checkpoint. When I was recording the guide, I set off 2 alarms because I was trying to do it quickly, but the first time through, I followed his instructions flawlessly and had no issue whatsoever. The only part of this level that gets remotely challenging is when everything kicks off and everybody knows where you are, because there's a couple sections where you will randomly take damage, and if you take enough damage, you'll randomly die. And there's not too much you can do about it, except for, try and do it a little bit quicker, and hopefully that will get you through. But I played some of the multiplayer last night, and I really liked it. It's fast, it's got good guns, it's got a lot of the things that I like about the Call of Duties. The only problems with it so far, in my opinion, are probably the kill streaks. The support kill streak. I think it's interesting, to say the least, because what I found was every team I went up against, instead of being the stereotypical Call of Duty gamer and going with the high kill streaks to try and get the big things, they were all running support, and they were all getting little things and getting little things very often. And it seemed to be the case of there were people that weren't even trying to help the team. They were just running, full blunt into enemy fire just to get 1 kill to work towards a kill streak, not minding if they died. And it made games very difficult, because your team were practically just cannon fodder trying to bump up the kill streaks, and when they died, it didn't reset them, so there was no real need to be the patient or intelligent player that a lot of people aren't on Call of Duty. So it made a lot of the games pretty interesting, because it was very difficult to do much when they constantly had counter UAVs and advanced UAVs, and my entire team were going like 15 and 39, and it got frustrating at some parts. One of the other things that really got to me was, I think there's about 16 maps, but out of the ones I've played, and I've played maybe 8 of them, I didn't find any of them particularly enjoyable except for Dome. And the reason for that is Dome was small, so you always knew where people were. And some of these maps are really big, and to make them even worse, they've put a lot of things in them for people to hide behind. And because this is a new game, there's a lot of people hiding because they don't know the maps and they don't know where people are coming from, so it facilitates a lot of the camping that people dislike. And it's a big shame, because this is probably the most rushy Call of Duty that I've played in a while, because when you get into one of the good games, everybody's running around. I mean, you can't go 30 seconds without dying sometimes, so it can make getting the high kill streaks pretty challenging. And they slowed the Predator missile down, so you can't catch people off guard with it, which is bullshit. It still works very well, it's just it doesn't go as fast as it should, which is a shame, because I'm pretty sure it goes faster than that in the campaign. And Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer have tweaked a couple of things that the old players that played a lot will instantly recognise. For instance, when you throw the stun grenade now, there's more of a delay on throwing it, and when you get your equipment out, there's a longer delay on that as well. And I do know that the equipment, before you could use Scout Pro to get rid of that. I don't know what you would use on Modern Warfare 3, but the grenade throws are a bit unwieldy at times. And if anybody did the YY reload cancel, where you double tap Y at the end of the animation to get your gun up faster, it doesn't work on this game. And I thought it did at first, but when I played on the multiplayer the other day, it wasn't working for me, and I was just looking silly, which is a shame, because I really like the ability to do that. You come up against a guy, you get caught with your pants down reloading, you do the YY cancel, and you've killed him before he even knew you were there. But on this game, you die a lot because you can't do it. Which is a shame, because the drop shotting is super quick on this one. So it's a lot faster than what it was on Black Ops, I do believe. But this section here is very simple. You just gotta wait for all the hell to break loose. They're gonna get attacked. He's gonna tell you to put your AK-47 on, but you don't have to. This gun is a one-hit kill, so if you can aim, you can take down some dudes. And then all you have to do is rush up. There's another thing I wanted to say about the multiplayer as well. The Juggernaut kill streak. You notice that a lot of people running support aren't running the useful things to help the team, you know, like the UAVs, the counter UAVs, things like that. They are all running the higher kills, and because there's no penalty for dying with the kill streaks, they're getting them. And the support Juggernaut can completely change a team deathmatch. Especially if the other team is camping, because I've played a handful of team deathmatches on this game, and I'm never playing it again. It is fucking awful. They will sit on one side of the map, and they'll just wait for you to come to them. It is just not fun whatsoever. This section here is very weird, by the way, because as you push through this area, there's going to be guys on roofs, there's going to be guys everywhere, and the best thing to try and do is clear everybody out in front of you, throw a flashbang, and then run into one of the houses, and lay down on your belly. That's generally what I do. It works a treat. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you'll get killed. Just be aware of anybody that can see you. And eventually, Price will say all clear. You'll hit a checkpoint and you'll wonder where all the enemies went. I mean, look at that. Where did they all go? It's before that we were having a regular old little disco, and then they all just, you know, evaporated. And this bit can be quite annoying because when you get on this gun, sometimes you'll just die, other times you'll not get shot at whatsoever. You want to kill the guy on the gun first, kill his buddy, and then run straight forward, grab it, and just follow the instructions with a pinch of salt. Kill the people that are shooting you, that's what I would say. Price generally tells you to look in the direction you're getting shot from 10 minutes after you've been killed. So just keep looking left, right, and forward. If you see any guys, try and mow them down as quick as you can. Don't worry about this gun overheating. For whatever reason, it's so much better than the helicopter one, and it makes you wonder why they don't put this on the fucking helicopter, but that's just me. And just keep shooting, doing your thing. But the Juggernauts, they turn the TDM round so much because it takes a beating, and especially dumb players that are just running up to it trying to shoot it, you know, maybe not necessarily dumb, but the ones that don't understand what a Juggernaut is because they might not have played the campaign or Spec Ops in the last one. And he just punches him with a shield or shoots him with his pistol or whatever he's got. And we had a really tight team deathmatch, and it shouldn't have been tight. It was just because the opposite team were playing like bitches, and there's nothing more frustrating than that. But as soon as you get hit by the mortar, you're back in control, and you've got to follow up. And this is where you're going to be breaking off from your friends, and the first real area where the enemies may try and really kill you. Because the last area was when you was pushing on the street. That bit there's just bullshit, and this bit you can die if you're not careful. So just watch what I do and just pay attention. It's not too bad. But there's a lot of things, Like the connection is good, but if you start playing later towards the night, obviously it's all going to be on American hosts because there's more people in America playing at that time. And you might as well not even pull your fucking trigger. It's just like Modern Warfare 2. All you're going to do is stack people's KDs. So the best tip I can give for anybody who's having problems with shooting people first and still dying is play at a time when you know people in your country are going to be awake and are going to be on, because you will get much better lobbies that way. And I was playing with a team the other day, and they weren't my team. They were a friend of mine's team, and they were all a bunch of decent players, but they they were all running the support kill streaks, and I was the only person on the team running the assault ones, and they'd all got high ones, so they were waiting for Juggernauts and things, and they weren't getting enough kills to get them. So I was the only person putting UAVs out, and I was pretty much getting to my Predator every time and then getting killed by something. So I was getting killed by bouncing Bettys, which I've never fucking heard of. I assume they were in World at War and all sorts of madness. Like there was a sniper clipping on that underground level on the outside area where there's all the buses, and when I went to try and clip from it, I couldn't even see over the fucking wood. So I don't know how he's doing that. He must have a taller character than mine. But this section here, if you can take out all the targets in just 4 mortars, you will get an achievement. I've not done it yet purely because they move and I'm lazy, but just hit them all as quickly as you can, and be careful when you're up here. You want to lay down or you're going to get tagged. I swapped my sniper rifle for the FAD or whatever this gun's called. And this gun's interesting because it's kind of accurate. It's got a bit of recoil on it, and it does minimum damage. But it sounds nice and it looks weird, and that's enough for me to want to use it. But We're going to be pushing through this next vent or sewer system or whatever it is into pretty much the heart of Africa, because there's going to be dudes attacking us from all fucking angles. It's going to be like the Lion King, only with, you know, X-rated violence. But I will see you in that video, guys, and as always, you take care now.